from him. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you, all the devotees. Prabhuji, just maybe I should start speaking while I'm setting up because the computer is showing some error, not able to detect camera.
That's fine. That's fine.
So till then, I'll just
Yeah.
start chanting the prayers and then while I'm setting. Yeah. So, Om Agyantimirandasya Dhyananjala Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagna Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagna Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Mukham karoti vacham Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Madhuvati Prabhu. Thank you, Krishna Raman Prabhu. Thank you, the whole management, for giving me this opportunity to speak and to purify myself by reciting the pastime of Lord Varadev. So, I think it's starting. Really, unfortunately, computer is not working. Should I use my mobile then?
See, if possible, is otherwise it's okay. Without video, ideally, video should be there.
Yeah, but I don't know, Prabhuji. It was working in the morning. I know some divine arrangement. Now it's not working. I don't know why has it failed. Okay, so,
continue on.
yes, I'll just continue.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you so much. So we all are aware of the pastime of Lord Varadev. So I will speak something about this pastime, but I will not go into details. But I will try to share something which I've been meditating on, and what lessons we can learn from this pastime. So, of course, I will speak now. So, as we all know that Daksha had many daughters, and one of the daughter, Diti, was married to Kashyap Muni, who is a Prajapati, a progenitor. And one day it happened that she wanted to associate with her husband, but not at a favorable time. It was Sandhya, evening Sandhya. And as we know that there are 3 Sandhyas, and this is the time when we should be praying, we should be worshipping, So not good for indulging in these types of activities. So, and Kashyap Muni did warn her that if we unite at this time, then demons will be born. And it did happen that Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu was born. And as we know that Hiranyaksha means, Hiranya means gold and Aksha means eyes. So he had his eyes on gold, and how Srimad Bhagavatam tells the details that how he started to grow and then he became very powerful, and how he was growing tall to the extent that he touched the sky and he was so wide and powerful. All these details are there in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3rd. So, and so on the other side, we have to remind ourselves that how Jai Vijay was guarding the door of Vaikuntha, and these four Kumaras, they came to take darshan, and they were stopped. They were stopped because they were, of course, naked, because they were children. They were 4 years old, so they were naked, and Jai Vijay judged them by by their external condition. So they were cursed by four Kumaras, and then they were forced to take birth as in Satya Yuga as Hirnaksha and Hiranyakashipu, in Treta as Ravan and Kumkarna, and in Dwapar as Shishupal and Dantavakra. So this is how the story is connected, how Hirnaksha and Hiranyakashipu was born. Okay, so then one time Bhakti Charu Maharaj was explaining that Hirnaksha, as I explained, Hirna means gold and Aksha means eyes. So he looted all the gold from planet Earth. And he was beautifully explaining in one of his lectures that gold is the element which helps the earth to be balanced, because you see earth is floating. So how it is balanced is because of the gold. And when he removed all the gold, he looted all the gold, so then the earth fell down in Garbhodak ocean. And now this case was presented to Brahmaji, and Lord Brahma knew that it's beyond his capacity to rescue the earth. So he started to meditate on the Supreme. And while he was meditating, from his nostril came a small boar, which immediately became big, and we know that that boar is Lord Varahadev. And then how he jumped into the ocean and removed and rescued the earth. And on the other side, we know that Hiranyaksha, he was so powerful, so then he wanted somebody to fight with him. And so he went to Varun Dev and he said, fight with me, and he's challenging him. But Varunadev said that he's old now and he's not the right match for him. So you should look for Vishnu, So, and then this fight between Lord Varadev and Hiranaksha, and again, the details are there. So very beautifully described. So, but today I was thinking that let's see what can we learn from this pastime. So, and of course, like I said, I was hearing from Bhakti Charu Maharaj, and he said that Jay and Vijay, they knew that there are rasas, there are primary rasas, mellows, or loving exchanges, and there are secondary rasas. The primary rasas are neutrality, servitorship, friendship, conjugal love, and parental affection. You can have relationship with Krishna like this. Like we know, servant is Hanumanji, friendship is Arjun, parental affection in Nand Maharaj, Yashoda, Mother Yashoda, and conjugal love, gopis, Srimati Radharani, like that. And then there are secondary rasas also, like hasya, comedy, and veera, chivalry, heroism, and bravery. These are all veera rasa, and bhayankar, horror. So Jai Vijay, as servants, knew that the Lord is not able to experience chivalry ras. So they wanted to serve the Lord in this way. And Krishna immediately understood the desire and he wanted to reciprocate. Like how in Bhagavad Gita, this example is given that if a flower is kept near us, and we can immediately smell the fragrance. So similarly, Krishna is sitting in our heart as super soul, and immediately he understands the desire, and then immediately fulfills it. Of course, spiritual desire. So he immediately understood that they want to serve me in this rasa. And that's why the whole story is planned. This pastime is planned like this, that they were cursed, and then they had to take birth as Hiranyaksh and Hiranyakashipu to give him a fight, to give him a challenge. So what we learn from this pastime is that devotees devotees are ready to serve Krishna in in any way, to the extent that they don't even care about what if people will call by ill names, or infamy may come, or it's little difficult, or people might dislike you, but they are ready to go to any extent and serve Krishna. This is what we are learning here. Mm. So you see, another example is Bhishma Pitama. Now, Bhishma Pitama also was in chivalry ras. He wanted to have a loving exchange in Veera ras. So that is why he was fighting against Krishna, and he was with Kauravas. Now, if you ask outside non-devotees, material world, you ask non-devotees, they have another reason. They say that Bhishma Pitama was fighting for Duryodhan because he was financially depending on Kauravas. But okay, it could be one of the reasons externally, but internally we should understand that he was a devotee and he was also serving Krishna in Veeras. Of course, there's another reason that he had taken a vow, to always serve the throne. That whoever sits on the throne, he will always serve. And he never expected that in future Duryodhan will sit. That is that is the reason. But otherwise he had taken a vow. Otherwise, imagine, he was such a big, Kshatriya warrior, experienced warrior. He could have joined any other king and could have got, a good post and salary. So that is not the reason that he was with Kauravas, but internal reasons, like I mentioned just now, were there. So devotees, and you see in Bhagavatam, it's beautifully explained that how when he was shooting arrows on Arjun, and Arjun's life was in death, that time Krishna broke his vow, um, which we'll talk in the next part, that how he loves his devotees, but he broke his vow and he was ready to protect Arjun, and he was about to charge Bhishma Pitama. So, and beautiful description is there, that how there is sweat on his face and dust coming from the battlefield, because all the horses are running and people are running towards each other. So there's dust flowing and it's sticking to Krishna's face. Although it's inconceivable, because Ish Upanishad verse 8 explains that Krishna has a transcendental body, and there are no veins. So just imagine if there are no veins, how are you sweating? So this is inconceivable. Yeah, but that is our Krishna. Krishna can do anything. So um, but yeah, back to my point that how um, uh, Bhishma Pitama was also serving without any um, knowing that in future he'll be disliked, he'll be misunderstood, and people will say all bad words about him, that he's depending financially, but he still served. So even if it's difficult, devotees are ready to serve. Then while I'm talking to you, something is coming to my mind that my Guru Maharaj used to say. There's a short story that one time Krishna had headache. And the cure was that if devotees, dust from devotees' feet can be put on his head, then his headache will be gone. So then all the demigods were asked, requested to give their um, dust, but they were saying, no way, please count us off from this idea, because we don't want to go to hell. Mm. Then the sages were asked, they said the same thing, no way. And then finally the devotees, gopis, were asked, and they were immediately ready, and they said, yes, please take. And when they were asked that, are you not afraid of going to hell? Because what a aparad this is, that you're going to put your dust on Krishna's feet. I mean, sorry, for his head. So but they were ready to go to hell, mm, as long as Krishna is pleased and his headache is relieved. So this is, we are trying to understand that devotees don't mind going to any extent and serve Krishna, and actually that gives us happiness. If we really want to enjoy, then we have to give enjoyment to Krishna. And that, when we serve, Krishna is pleased, we are pleased. Like how we can see in these pastimes, Bhishma Pitama is also having enjoyment by getting what he was desiring, and Krishna is also pleased by reciprocating with him. And so little service, of course, we know that we are not in this level, and I'm also myself struggling. So, I can understand. But little service done for Krishna gives us so many benefits. You know how in Bhagavad Gita, second chapter is saying, so alpam api yasyatra, that even little will protect us. And we see like how Putana, she actually wanted to kill Krishna, but and she came as, she as a nurse, she wanted to feed Krishna. Mm. So how merciful Krishna is, that he took the milk and accepted the desire of feeding him, you know, and ignored everything. And we all know that how Putna became nurse in spiritual world, just because of desire to feed him. Although she wanted to kill, but Krishna only accepts the good part and ignores the bad part. That is the best part. That is there is some hope for there is some hope for us this way, that yes, we are still struggling, but he will accept our desire. So this is one point I was meditating. And then another point is greed. So how we see that Hiranyaksha is so greedy. Mm. So greed is not only when we are behind gold, but greed is also, it can be considered as uh, self-centered, in the sense that you are thinking only of yourself. We are thinking only of ourselves, what pleases us, what is good for us, and we don't care for others. We are insensitive towards others, you know. we are envious. I was hearing one lecture that what is envy? Envy means that we see something, some good quality in others which we don't have, and that's why we are envious of them. But we should understand that um, if they have something good, it's because of their karmas, and we have not done those karmas, so that's why we lack that quality, and they have that quality. So it's all arranged by Krishna. So this is also greed. And also Bhakti Charu Maharaj was explaining that we are drilling the earth, more and more, deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper, to get oil, natural resources like oil, like gold, and other things, deeper and deeper. And then, for our greed, we are thinking by digging this, excavating this, we will be happy. But we can see what's happening. There are wars, and when we are disturbing the layers of earth for our greed, then even earth is responding. Mother Earth is also responding, like there are volcanoes, there are earthquakes, and so many other things, and countries fighting with each other for all these resources, so this is all greed. So we don't see any prosperity coming out of it. In fact, everybody's suffering. Wars are happening and people are being killed. So this is another thing I was thinking, that greed, I was hearing from Bhakti Samrit Maharaj long time ago that there are some countries who are drilling half a kilometer, 1 kilometer, 2 kilometers deep to make subway stations. So now just imagine, to put that railway track and then make subway stations, how much drilling is being done, how much we are disturbing Mother Earth. So she will respond back, and there will be disaster. So we should not be greedy, we should be satisfied with what Krishna has given us. This was and another point I was thinking about, I think it's this verse is in 13 a 16.8. No, sorry, third canto, 16th chapter and 8th verse, I guess. Yeah. So Srila Prabhupada is writing that Krishna has feelings. And although Hirnaksha is calling him by ill names, but he's just tolerating. He's just tolerating, and because he wanted to save Mother Earth first, and he will take care of Hirnaksha later. And also the demigods were worried about Mother Earth and about their own lives. So he wanted to first lift Mother Earth and then take care of Hirnaksha. So this point of tolerance and protecting devotees, this is something extremely beautiful. I've written something about this. Just skip. Yeah. So how he's always protecting his devotees. Example, I was just thinking about this. See, Arjun is giving 5 reasons that he doesn't want to fight. And in that, Krishna is saying in second chapter that you fight out of your duty. Otherwise, what will happen? That people will call you, infamy will come, and people will call you coward, and they will not understand your compassion, that you want to stop this fight out of compassion, but they will think that you are afraid. And as your duty as Kshatriya, you should fight. So how Krishna is feeling, he has feelings for his devotees. He doesn't want that people should misunderstand his devotees. So he is himself explaining to Arjun that you should perform your duty. But if you see on the other side, he is ready to break his vow, his own vow, because we all know that Krishna had taken a vow that he will not interfere in the fight. He'll just act as a charioteer. But when, like I was mentioning, when Bhishma Pitama was shooting arrows and his life was in danger, he immediately got off from the chariot and he was ready to attack Bhishma Pitama. So out of his loving feelings, Krishna is not even thinking of what people will say in future. Just imagine this. People might say, and people do say this, that how can we trust Krishna? Krishna broke his own vow. How can we trust him? Whatever he's saying, we don't trust him. Who knows? He might or might not fulfill. Just see, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, if people think about you like this, you might not like it. But he's not worried about his reputation, but he's trying to save Arjun's reputation. This is so beautiful, and there are many examples like this. Just see, I was hearing from one devotee that when Arjun's son Abhimanyu had died, so Arjun had taken a vow that by next evening he will kill Jayadratha, and if he's not able to kill Jayadratha, then he will jump in the fire. But so this devotee, certainly this bona fide devotee, so he was saying that that night when he took a vow, everybody slept. Everybody slept. All the warriors from Pandava's family, all the warriors from Kaurava's family, they all slept. But there was one person who didn't sleep whole night, and we know that was Krishna. Krishna didn't sleep, because he was thinking, you are my devotee, my disciple. How are you taking this decision without consulting with me? So it's not about that I am the great, you should consult me. But he has feelings, that he knew that you will not be able to kill him because Kauravas are also very intelligent and they are very clever, and they are going to put Jayadratha right at the back, and the whole day will be over and you will not be able to reach there. But you have taken this vow, so now it's me, it's I have to protect you. So this is we have to understand the feeling, loving feeling he has for his devotees. And we know then next day what happened, that how Krishna saved um, Arjun. Then there's another example I was meditating on, that like how when Duryodhan had told Bhishma Pitama that I think you are not fighting properly, and you should be you should fight with full enthusiasm. And so then Bhishma Pitama said, okay, these 5 arrows, I take a vow that tomorrow with these 5 arrows I will kill the Pandavas. And Duryodhan was very happy. He said, aha, tomorrow is the last day of this battle and all the Pandavas will be killed. But just again see that Krishna understood, and he wanted to protect his devotee. So he told Arjun that you should go and ask Duryodhan for those 5 arrows. And now we know the history a little bit. I'll just touch the history a little bit. Then when there was one fight between Gandharvas and Kauravas, and Arjun saved Duryodhan's life. And at that time, Duryodhan had offered one boon, that, okay, ask me whatever you want. But Arjun had not asked that boon at that time, and he had kept for later. And Krishna knew this. So Krishna told him at right time, that now you should go and ask for this um, benediction or boon. You should use this opportunity now. So it was again Krishna who protected, and he went and asked Duryodhan, and Duryodhan had to keep his vow, and he couldn't say anything. So this I was trying to meditate, that how Krishna is always helping. And then in 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, there's a verse where Krishna is saying, I protect what you have and give what you lack. And in that verse, there's Bhajamiham, there is a word. So I'll just finish with this short story. And this is a true story. You know, there was one Brahmin who, his name was Arjun Acharya, and South Indian Brahmin, and he used to study Bhagavad Gita and scriptures every day. So he was reading this uh, verse, and he was understanding the meaning of this word, that Krishna personally, Krishna personally protects his devotees, you know. So, but he was thinking, no, it's not possible, because, Krishna is such supreme personality of Godhead, and we are this tiny jivas, and he can help us in any way. He can send his representatives, or he can send his energies to help us. But I don't think so. He will come personally. So what he was doing, he was marking that word, canceling that word, and then he went. So then his wife came, and his wife said that, I think you should go and bring some food now. So while he was away to get some food for his family, the two personalities come to visit, his wife. So one was black and one was white, and we all know that one was Krishna and one was Balram. And these personalities started to speak with his wife and said that, here's the food for you. And the wife was shocked, and she said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you very much, but I'm sorry, I couldn't recognize you. Who are you?" And they started to explain that, "We are your husband's disciple." And she said, "Oh, disciple? I didn't know that he had disciples." So anyway, and he said, "Yeah, we are his disciples, but your husband is very cruel. He beats us." And she's thinking, normally he's not like this, but okay. I mean, it was difficult for her to believe, but okay. But the black boy showed his back, that there are marks of beating. And she said, "Oh my God." So, and she said, "Okay, have some prasadam." But these personalities said, "No, we should go, because your husband is about to come." And they left. And when the husband came, she said the whole story, told the whole story to him, that how can you be so cruel, that you have started beating your disciples. And he immediately understood. He ran towards where his Bhagavad Gita was there, and he saw that the cancelled thing was now erased, and the actual word was still there. Mm. So this pastime shows that Krishna didn't like, when he didn't believe, or he tried to change that. Yes, Krishna helps us personally, out of loving feelings. So we should have full faith that, yes, Krishna is ready to protect us, and he is helping us and loving us, whether we understand or we don't understand. So, and the last point I'll just finish is that, um, that I was trying to understand that when um, these four Kumaras, when they were not allowed to go inside and take darshan, they became little angry. So I was just thinking, if in our daily life also, with devotees and with non-devotees, you know, if something is happening, some conflict is happening, if one of the party, just backs off, and remains quiet for some time, I think many conflicts can be resolved. This I personally think this could be um, this could be applied to resolve some conflicts. Yeah. So let us pray to Lord Varadev that this greed can be removed from our hearts, and we can also become servants, to and try to serve him to whatever extent we can, and we can also understand that, yes, Krishna is there always protecting us. Thank you very much. If there are any comments, or if there are any questions, I can try to answer them.
Hare Krishna Bhakta Vatsal Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Very nice class. Very nicely explained with a sweet example. I was just thinking about you are talking that Ananyas Chintayanto Mam Yajana Paryupasate. That verse that You told this story about
Arjunacharya.
Arjunacharya. Yeah. ये जना पर्युपासते तेषाम युक्त नित्याभियुक्तानाम योगक्षेमम वहां
Yes, yes, Mataji, yes.
the verse. Okay.
Yes.
So which were that Yogakshemam Vahamyam?
Yes, yes, Vahamyam, yes.
Okay. Very nicely explained, Prabhuji. Very nice. Very sweet stories and lot of learnings. Like we think how to explain about appearance of Varaha, but you took so nicely, very nicely explained and lessons from that. Wonderful class, Prabhuji.
Adi, with all Vaishnava's blessings, like I said, I was listening to Bhakti Charu Maharaj, and I'm just trying to apply this in my own personal life. Thank you. With your blessings, I can do that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Haribo.
Thank you very much for beautifully explaining and instruction. Anybody else? Questions, comments? No one? No one has comments? Some inspirations? Some thoughts? Everybody's quiet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Jai. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Looks like somebody has to. Go ahead, Sundar Prabhu, iPhone 2. Please rename. Go ahead.
No, I don't have any question, Prabhu. Yeah, it's a beautiful class. Thank you, Bhakta Vatsala Prabhu. It's a wonderful, so many things he has covered in one class.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Wonderful class. Thank you. Haribo.
I was discussing other day on Radha appearance day. 13th chapter, 3rd canto. Many places Prabhupada described. Few of the verses Prabhupada writes in the purports that one of the instruction of Radha is made a roaring sound. Prabhupada writing that it is our duty to chant the holy name. Lord is very pleased to please his devotee, encourage, to inspire devotees. He wrote multiple times. Demigods, many others are offering Vedic hymns, glorifying him. So Prabhupada is encouraging all of us to chant the holy names to please the Lord. That is there, and the other instruction is there also. From that chapter we discussed beginning of the chapter 334 and 49. Beautiful purport Prabhupada writing. How one is supposed to spend hard labor studying and hearing. Studying Prabhupada's books and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, like that. The verse is amazing verse. Please note it, very, very important verse. 3:13:4. Sravasya pumsam sruchis sramasya. Sravasya pumsam, hearing very attentively for long period of time. From pure devotees about the Supreme Lord. And these pure devotees also you have to hear the glories of the devotees also, not only the Lord. Sravasya pumsam sruchis sramasya. Samasya means hard labor you have to spend because it requires austerity. So to hear, to read, it requires time. You have to put aside every day throughout years. So it continues on that Mukunda Charanaravindam Tad Gunanusravana. So who is always pure devotee meditating on the lotus feet. So this is our devotees and Vaishnavas duty or service or practice. The 49th verse also proper writing. One has to be very faithful, one has to be serious, one has to be sincere. Then Lord will give within the heart, reveal things, give the intelligence, how to do, what to do, when to do. So beautiful chapter, whole chapter, many instruction proper writing in the purports especially. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Quick announcements, unless anybody has any comments, suggestions. Chiara Tucker, Prabhu or Mataji, anything you want to say or ask question? Okay. Now we'll do quick announcements. Wonderful days ahead, important days. February 6th is Bhakta Siddhanta Saraswati. Today itself is Narottam Das Thakur's appearance day. Prabhupada has always told both Narottam Das Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's songs are like the instructions of Shastra. And so today is his appearance day, so very important day in that sense to distribute books also, because he has done it. He has shown, demonstrated that distributing books along with Srinivasa Acharya and Shyamananda Pandit, three together, three different spiritual masters. February 6th is, I think, what day is that? Is Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur's appearance day, fasting till noon. February 6th is Friday, yeah, appearance day. And then February 14th, 15th, 16th, you all know, KLF festival is there. 15th is also important day of Sivaratri, Sunday, February 15th, Sunday. Fasting is optional. And then we have Ekadasi, February 12th. Thursday is Ekadasi. What Ekadasi? Vijaya Ekadasi. Vijaya Ekadasi. And then, of course, we are gearing up for next festival, March 2nd or 3rd. Tuesday is Gaur Purnima. So fasting and the Ekadasi preparation, moonrise, and so on the Ekadasi. After that, so let us get ready, lot of services to distribute books, to invite, to prepare how we are going to celebrate for March 3rd. That week, His Grace Amarendra Prabhu will be here, Thursday and Sunday especially, which is February 5th, March 5th, Thursday, and then that Sunday, March 8th, Sunday will be here at Central New Jersey. So plan accordingly, take his association. I think February also, Prabhupada Maharaj is also here, I think, giving Sunday feast. Madhubas Prabhu, is that right? One of the days, I don't remember.
Yes, Prabhuji, this coming Sunday.
Coming Sunday. I don't see that. February 8th. Yeah, February 8th. This, not this today, but next Sunday. Yeah, all those classes there. Okay. So those are the upcoming events. Okay, thank you for your kind association. If you'd like to order anything from Govindas, please contact us, govindasng.com, or let us know. You can supply whatever your needs are. Thank you. Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta ki jai, Hare Krishna.